We live. Hey, Rolling Out family. Singer-songwriter Johari Noelle's voice envelops you like a warm breeze, and her pen is insightful, caring, and presents itself as an honest expression. The Chicago native can be boxed into a genre, and this is what makes her compelling and such an amazing talent. Today, we are honored to have an opportunity to speak with Johari Noelle. What's going on?
What's up, man? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, definitely. This is such a pleasure. One thing that I forgot to mention is that you were added to our top 21 list of Chicago artists to check for in 2021. So thank you for being a part of that. It was an amazing list, and definitely you stand out. And thank you just for participating in this with us. I appreciate you.
Man, thank you so much for having me. I'm very grateful to be, noticed and appreciated. There's so many artists and so much talent in Chicago, so to be recognized is definitely something that I don't take for granted at all.
For sure. We appreciate that. So just to kind of jump in, because I know your time is important to you, talk about the moment you knew that you wanted to be a singer.
I knew I wanted to be a singer when I was 13. I started like a girl group, if you will, when I was in grade school, and we did all the talent shows. We performed SWV's week at like every show. Like,
you got to say the name of the group. What's the name of the group? I see you try to get around that.
We had like 6 different names, so I'll just say we were a group.
You got to share one name. You got to share one name. One of them. One.
No, it's really embarrassing.
No, that's what's fun about it. Share it.
No, it's bad, but I'll say that we interchanged like girls like every other week. Like we added a new girl, took another girl out. Like it was a mess. We were kids thinking like, I don't know what we thought, but we literally sang the same song every show, and people would be like, "Okay, girl, what else y'all got?" Like. But yeah, I knew I wanted to sing then because I was like, this is fun. I love this. I also did a lot of musical theater. That's a big my background. My parents kept me and my sisters very involved. So we did a lot of musical theater. We did West Side Story. We did Christmas Carol. We did a couple of other ones. But I mean, I just really enjoyed performance. And then when I got to high school is really where it kicked off for me because I had friends and people just in my life that were also artists, also creatives, and they would have studio sessions and invite me, and I would come and just be like a fly on the wall. And I would write stuff, and I would sing backgrounds and do stuff like that so I could learn and understand the production process and just being in a studio. And once I got to see that half of it, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm into this. You know what I mean? So I knew then and very early that was what I wanted to do, for sure.
Well, that's awesome. That's an awesome story to tell. And I can tell that it's something that you've been serious about for a long time. Your words are so poignant. Like when I talk about your pen, when it comes with respect to your songwriting, what is your process like? What is your songwriting process like?
It's changing as of right now, for sure. But when I started writing and just as of lately, I really attack how I feel in the present moment. Like in the past, I would write about things that I felt. You know what I mean? Like I would bring about old memories or things like that, and that's cool. But recently, I focus more on just like whatever I'm feeling in the present moment, and I just expound on that, and I just let it build. And I think about kind of like what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. And I think that's also helped me become a stronger writer because sometimes you could just say a whole lot of words and they sound good and they feel good, but it's a whole lot of nothing. So I'm working on just becoming more intentional and having, a core what and why in my music. And recently I've definitely gotten really comfortable with doing that.
So I'm a fan of Sade, right? So when I think of, I love her because of her voice, but I definitely love her because of her lyrics. She has a lyric where she says, and Stronger Than Pride, she says, if anyone in the world could give me what I wanted, I wouldn't want much more than I have. That has always stood out like an amazing lyric, just in terms of the idea of it and the spirit behind it. So I'm saying that to say, I've been listening to Time all day, and you know, when I added you to that top 21 list, I was listening to it then, and there's a lyric that stands out where you say, "I'd wait forever for love like yours." I need to know the intention behind that. What is going on? Talk about what you were feeling, because I feel like that song. So just for transparency, we've talked. I've spoken to Johari Noelle before, and I feel like that specific song has catapulted you into another space. So what was going on with that? What were you with that song?
That song, when I initially wrote it, was a love song, and it was about me finding love not only within myself but finding love within someone. And the lyric "I'd wait forever for a love like yours" is because it's like I feel like we only get a certain kind of love at one point in our life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like we only experience a certain kind of love once. That's
One
really,
time, yeah.
and I think that we go through the rest of our lives searching for something to top that. And so I think that when I wrote that, I was really talking about not only rediscovering that kind of love that I have for myself, but also rediscovering that love that I had with someone. And then it really kind of expounded through like just time, because when we experienced the whole situation with George Floyd and protesting and stuff like that, it really became super heavy. Like the world became super heavy and everyone was hurting. And so then it really kind of shifted more into a new meaning of waiting for a love, of just being able to be Black and be treated with respect. I'll wait
Mm-hmm.
forever for that. I'll wait forever to have that kind of love, to have the love of things, that the privileges that other races get to experience without all of the hate. I'll wait forever for that. And I'll wait forever to feel like that and to feel comfortable in the world that I live in. I'll wait forever for that. And so it really expounded from just being about me and what I was feeling in that moment to really being bigger and being more about what I felt when I saw the protest and when I saw this man murdered. I was like, damn, like this shit is gonna go on forever. Like I will wait forever until I don't have to see that. I'll
Hmm.
wait for it to be, you know, a better,
Yo,
you know, if that makes sense. I'll wait forever.
it does. Like I wish you could see this. I can't show you, but I'm getting like goose pimples because I, music is so powerful, right? And I can feel everything that you just explained. I can feel that in that specific line. You are an amazing writer.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
When you said it, it just reminded me of the second verse, which is where I say, I'll wait forever for a peace like yours. And that's me talking about that peace and that privilege that other races have. They can
Mhm.
walk through the park, they can live their life and not worry about being killed for no reason, or killed because of the color of their skin or because of what they look like, or the fear that people have of them. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I will wait for that peace to be able to exist and not worry about my boyfriend or my father or anyone in my life, their life being at stake because of what they look like and the stigma behind what they look like. So yeah.
Yes, I appreciate that you're extremely intentional, and you mentioned the riots and everything that happened last year, and even how your creative process is changing. What? How did the challenges of 2020 and everything that happened during that time? How did that affect you as an artist?
Well, for one, not being able to perform was really hard because I felt like I was starting to grow as a performer. I felt like I was starting to really get comfortable in my skin on stage. And
Hmm.
I was like, damn, they done took that away from me. So there was that. But then there was also like early moments where I just was not crazy inspired, or I was not, I wasn't working. Like some days I was just taking time to just live,
Hmm.
especially when the riots and stuff were happening. I wasn't really creating anything. I was just feeling, and I was just out and ear to the streets, eyes to everything. You know what I mean? Like I was just
Hmm.
talking what was going on. So I really took a step back from being an artist and just was a human being. And I spent most of last year being a human being, not really focused on being an artist.
Right.
I finally got back to being an artist towards the end of the year, like September,
Okay.
October, November. I really got back to not only releasing a song, but writing songs, collaborating with other artists, working on a new project, which is coming out in May,
Okay.
and kind of getting back into that groove of writing.
I want to talk to you about that new project, but I want to ask you this first, because you talked about being in that space where you were just able to be a human being, and getting back to being an artist towards the end of the year. As an artist, as you were living in that space, and you picked up the mantle again, what do you in 2021 and going forward, what do you feel like as an artist your responsibility is?
In 2021,
Just 2021 going forward, just yeah.
I feel like my responsibility personally is to encourage people to, one, focus on your dreams, but don't take the internet stuff too serious. I think that in 2020, I've seen a lot, and a lot of people see a lot of everyone's fighting for to be viral. So the
Hmm.
people that truly just love making music are kind of falling to the back because, labels and, people are looking at who's the next thing to attract views and,
Hmm.
engagement. So the art is really getting pushed to the back end. And so it can be discouraging to artists who really care about just making music and making good things for people to enjoy. So I want to encourage, I think my duty is to encourage people and to know that what you're making is going to prevail. What you're making is still matters. It still has light, and just keep going. You know what I mean? And go at your own pace. I think there's also a lot of pressure because of quarantine to be like hyperactive and to try to change your situation overnight. But really, it's about doing the self work, which is like for me, it's me training. Like I
Hmm.
just got back from training. That's me getting my discipline together. That's me getting my body together. That's me getting myself where I want to be so that I can produce properly. I feel like
Hmm.
sometimes you can grind all day, every day, but if you're not taking that rest and taking that time to yourself, you're gonna burn out. So yeah, I want to encourage people to take the time, go at their own pace, and have fun and don't take it too serious. The best part about being creative is being able to explore. And so when you take away the pressure of all the other stuff, like what it looks like and how it appears and how it comes off, you can really like enjoy and create some magic in that. So I feel like that's my responsibility.
Wow, where do you get this sense from in terms of your perspective? Because you're very grounded. Where does that come from?
Um, I think that I have to credit my parents for sure. My mother and father are like super. My father's really chill, and my mom's really supportive of me, and they're both
Hmm.
that together has been really affirming to me in this time because, to be truthful, the songs that I'm dropping this year were ready last year, and so I
Hmm.
dropped them last year, and I was freaking out, and I was overwhelmed because I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? Like this threw off my whole rollout. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it caused me to regroup, and it really gave me time to reground myself and bring myself back down and say, yo, like chill. You're a human being, even first. So be a human being, assess what you need to assess and retackle it, at a different time when it makes more sense. And so I feel a lot more grounded. I think meditation's helped a lot with that. I think
Hmm.
practice helped a lot of that. And just having a good relationship with God has really been great.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if you're noticing this, but what I'm noticing is that this thread of time is existing in everything that you're saying. Like it's there, but that's a good thing, right? Well, one of the things you mentioned was really to take your time because you said you were freaking out last year about your rollout and like missing that opportunity. But did you really?
I mean, I was thinking about that, and the song "Time" that I released was not planned at all. Like
Hmm.
I literally made that in my room, sent it to a friend, because he sent me the strings, And I listened to it, made it in my room, sent it back to him, and he was like, "Let's put this shit out."
Mhm.
He's like, "Let's put this song out," and I was
Too
like,
late.
like I was like, "Okay."
Mhm.
And we, you know, put something together and put it out, but it was not nearly like planned like my typical release would be,
Mhm.
projects or anything. It was very much just like, okay, we're just going with the flow with this one. So, like I said, it was definitely a regroup, and plus it's just a different style, what I mean?
Mhm.
So like I make, R&B music. So to come in and release this, guitar based kind of folky feel song that's kind of a ballad was just very different. And that also was like opening for me to say, I can try something different. I can do
Yep.
something different. I don't have to stick to one way, and I don't have to reach people in one way. So yeah, it just all gave me a lot of perspective.
I'm very excited about because that space fits you very well. Like
Thank you.
you're made for that space. I really don't think that anybody can pigeonhole what you're able to do, and I'm very excited to see what's coming down the pike for you. Now, speaking of that, you mentioned that you are dropping a project in May. Do you have a name for it yet?
I'm gonna share it soon.
Okay. So, what can we expect from that project?
You can expect for sure like R&B, soul music. It's a lot of instrumentation. You're gonna get two singles first though. So you're gonna
Okay.
get singles first, and then I'm gonna bundle it up as a piece of work and give you the rest of it. But it's gonna be nice. It's gonna feel good. There's a lot of nice blends into it. Like it's got this not 80s, but it's got like really like an old school kind of feel mixed with
Hmm.
school. It feels really good though. I really like it. And I'm just excited. It's really short though. Like the songs are short. You can be like, damn, that's it. But like that's it.
Well, I mean, that just speaks to these times anyway. People's attention spans are short. So,
Yeah. So
I'm
they're not, none of them are 4-minute songs or 3-minute songs for that matter. I think they're maybe 2 minutes. So
okay.
they like come and go, but they feel good. And so
Well,
I'm
that's going to be perfect for your IGTV.
yeah,
Are you doing any videos for it?
I am. Which
Okay.
is why I've been training and getting my self together.
Okay. Okay. Get it together. I see you. I see you doing your thing over there. So you mentioned that the project is coming. I'm very excited about that. Um, where you mentioned that like it may have sort of an '80s feel, but more of an old school feel. Like musically, who are your influences?
I'm inspired by so many people. Um, I mean, the top two I would say is Michael Jackson, Beyonce.
Hmm.
Um, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Aaliyah,
Okay.
and those are the top three. I'm gonna stick to them. Those are the top three because I feel like I really pull a lot from them. Just the way that they approach and attack certain things, and the way that they blend music. Like even when you think about when Aaliyah made stuff, her and Timbaland did a lot of blends of like
Hmm.
feels and vibes, and Timbaland himself, like as a producer, just did a lot, and it was great for music. So, and oh, also Brent Faiyaz. I love Brent Faiyaz. He's a new artist, but I really love his music because much like what I'm putting out, he's another artist that kind of blends like the R&B hip hop world with kind of like that retro 80s sound. So it's a lot like that.
Yeah, he just dropped something new with Tyler recently. Tyler the Creator. It's dope.
Really?
Yeah, he just dropped it today. I mean, I know that. Yeah, he just dropped it today. Yeah, check it out.
Good.
I can't wait to hear that. But no, I can't wait for you to hear it rather. Now, I'm looking forward to this project that you're dropping. I appreciate you coming out and speaking with us right after your training and everything. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
How can people find you?
I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter at Johari Noelle. I am also on streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, SoundCloud, all under Johari Noelle. So if you want to check out my music, please do. There's so many different vibes. And yeah, thank you guys for listening and putting up with me looking like a bum, for a little bit.
So you know how you look back on I don't know if you've ever done this, but you'll see like an old interview with Destiny's Child, and you see Beyonce and Kim and Kelly and Michelle, and you're like, wow, this is that's a tripped out interview, and then you think about who Beyonce and Michelle and Kelly are now. I feel like this is that type of interview.
What's funny is
So when you become a big star, remember we had this interview, when I come get my autograph, just if you could sign it for me, just remember that, because you are about, seriously, look, if you need to know, make sure you go follow her on all of her social media and streaming services, because I know some things about talent. I know this music thing, and you are amazing, and the world is your oyster, like really, seriously.
thank you so much. Seriously.
Yes. Rolling Out family, this is Johari Noelle. Please go check her out. Thank you so much for coming out. And as I always say, stay focused, positive, and productive. Peace.